Welcome back everybody to Max's Garage Mahal. Here we are outside the front of the old Max's Garage Mahal. It's springtime, guys. Had to mow. So let's walk up here and try to keep this camera halfway steady while we do this. And I know that never works out that way for you guys, because I'm sort of a heavy hitter when it comes to this walking stuff. So here we go. Real quickly, I'm going to show you just how filthy this got on his first mow. There's mud on the tires, and I guess I ought to take you over here and show you when there's mud on the tires. Let's go right over here for just a second. It was really wet. Everything was dry except right in here. And as you can see, I was spinning them tires coming up into this little dab of and right in here. See that little valley down through here? Well, water collects from both sides and it keeps that wet for a while. So anyway, we got it mowed and it looks pretty good. In the last 2 days, it's probably right back up where it was when I mowed. So it's growing really quickly. Now we've got the old Raptor, Hustler Raptor SD here, and it's dirty. I apologize. I gotta get it cleaned up, but I thought I'd get out here real quickly, get it in the light, let you see it, just see how filthy it is. And I don't really enjoy seeing and having a dirty mower. You can probably see the mud there on the ground that's coming out of the tires, out of the lugs. So we got to get that out, get these tires cleaned up. But real quickly, and we'll walk all the way around it so you can see the rest of it. I mean, it's just no lawnmower. It's got an awful lot of modifications to it, as you all know. Right here is one of the best ones. Man, that thing is great. That sucker is fantastic. If you ain't got one of those yet, you need one of these. This sucker, it really makes it throw that grass. And as you can see by the post down there, the enforcement bar, hardly any grass hits that thing. When it does, you can just wipe that stain right off. I mean, that sucker really does a nice job exiting and exhausting the grass from below it. But that's not what we're here for today. So let me show you real quickly. We've already walked around this old girl, and I really enjoyed my tack. I used that thing a couple of days ago while I was mowing, and I really enjoyed it. Coming up the hill, I think I lost 30 RPM at the very most. It usually stayed around 15 to 20 RPM I lost. So instead of running 3600 like it would on flat ground or going downhill, it was running somewhere around 3580, 3570. 3585, which is excellent, guys. But I wouldn't have known that had I not have this tachometer on there. So I love my tack. Now what I'm going to show you today is this grabber picker upper, this yeller thing right here. As you can see, the little hook deal, and what that is, it's just one of those old folks grabber reachers. And I actually got to use that the other day. Well, it wasn't that I got to use it. I actually was either going to have to shut the mower off and get off, and I don't like to stop this mower over the grass because it has a tendency to dehydrate and burn the grass. So I was really thrilled that I have put this grabber reacher and the mounts on it. The way I did it is, and I'm going to show you what I used here in a minute, but first I'm going to show you the mounts right here. Let's see if you can see that all right. Get a little closer look, and you can see all that is like a broom or some type of utility grabber. It's spring loaded here, and there's two, one on the front, one on the rear. I came back here to the highest point that I could, and what I did was I cut the mounts, two of them same length, and I've got this where I could show you this thing can be switched over, where you can go this route like this if you prefer. With this is the spring loaded up, where this comes up. But the way I like it is I've got it where it goes downward like this, and just like that right there. And believe it or not, this thing stays on there at wide open, and all you got to do to get this out is you just reach down here. Let me see if I can get this back. Reach down here, push down on this, and pull out. Put it back, same thing. Push down, pull it back in. Works really well. Now, I also, and install this, the way I did it was this. You remove, on mine I've got 2 screws here. this one and this one are the original. I put an extra one here, as you know, if you watch my videos. And there's two here. This is original. This is a spare that I put in there. So you've got 5 inside, and you've got 1 on the outside right down here. So you remove those screws, remove the fuel cap, pull the retainer out, remove the fender. Once the fender's off, put the cap back on temporarily, keep the fumes out, and then you're going to take these mounts. You're going to drill 2 holes to the mounts. It's got 1. You're going to drill a second one, and you're going to locate these holes. Once you got 2 holes in your mount, I went as far back as I possibly could. I did leave a little margin right here, but I went up as high as I possibly could, and so the disc is not into your radius. Same thing here to the bottom of the radius over here. And then I mounted that, and I put a full aluminum washer that spans both screws so that it's got a real heavy brace on the back side of the fender, so it takes a lot of the pressure off that fender, and it works great. I've had people ask me how I did that, so that's basically all there was to it. Real simple. It works wonderfully. The yard's got a lot of little holes in it that it's pretty rough, so I put a suspension seat on it. I put these flex forks on it, and most people don't think I've got them on there because I painted them, but as you can see, they are the flex forks. They do move up and down, and that probably takes a little bit of shock out of this mount right here. But when you put these on, these right now are made to be movable, just so I could show you. But when you put these on permanently, what you're going to want to do is put just a little bit of epoxy on each one of those slides to keep that in place once you get the altitude where you want it, get it set up where you want it. And here's what this is made out of. Purchased this at a Lowe's home store. That's all there is to it, right there. Alright, I cut 2 of these off. As you can see, there was 5 here, and I cut 2 off. And you just cut this to length. What I did is I took the part that's got the hole in it, and I came 3/8 to the right or left, whichever way you're looking at it. 3/8 inch from one original hole. Then I measured over 3/4, and I did the same thing with another 3/8, and then I rounded off the corners so that it didn't cut you if you happen to hit it. Sand it nice and smooth. Now I'll take these things and I will paint them with a permanent paint, and it'll look a lot better. But it works really, really well. If you want to do that, all these are is like a broom holder or utensil holder that you use in a closet or a utility room, something like that. So that's all there is to it. We hope you enjoyed the little how-to video. Hopefully you'll come back here and visit us here at Max's Garage Mahal, and we appreciate everyone dropping by. Please share, subscribe if you haven't, like the video, give us a thumbs up, and if you're a hustler, big dog, either one, we have a hustler owners group, mower owners group. We have there's a big dog mower owner group. There's all kinds of mower groups out there. There's a Lawnmower forum. Everybody get involved. It's springtime. Get out there and get your yard cut. Keep it looking good. And again, please come back and see us here at Max's Garage Mahal. Thank you very much. By the way, let me turn this around here. I don't know if we can see this or not. Toothpick and all, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Ed Covington at Charlie's Auto Body. He gave me this hat, and he did a little work for me the other day. Did a wonderful job. Looks just like factory. So if you live in Searcy, Arkansas, the immediate area, need any work, body work done, any kind of paint work that's automotive, lawnmower, whatever, go by and see Mr. Ed Covington on Dodge Street in Searcy, Arkansas at Charlie's Auto Body. Tell him Max Hughes at Max's Garage Mahal sent you, and I bet you give you some sort of little discount. We appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. Ed Covington, and y'all come back, see us at Max's Garage Mahal. You hear?